Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode number 2 of Critiques and Connoisseurs. I am JD.
I am Big Hodge.
And today we're going to be talking about Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey. This is a very unique liquor. And one of my personal favorites, which you, in fact, my friend, have turned me on to, and now I'm absolutely addicted to it.
Oh, bro. Talking about fulfilling the sweet tooth.
Absolutely.
That's what this is.
I mean, you're talking to a peanut butter fanatic and myself, so you're going to put that in spirit form. I mean, speaking my language.
I'm feeling the spirits, brother. Let's do it.
Well, this actually first came about from Steven Yeng. Steven Yeng and his wife actually mixed peanut butter and whiskey as their own personal thing. And he loves whiskey, she loves peanut butter. They infused it and said, wow, this is amazing. It got incredibly popular in the Southern California region. And now you see Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey.
This is Ocean Beach's finest. As they went ahead and they infused the flavors of peanut butter and whiskey, and they called it a great tag team. But since we're speaking about tag teams, mentioning tag teams, we have here a special guest. We have AEW's own one half of Proud and Powerful and a stablemate of the Inner Circle. We have here Ortiz. Ortiz, my brother. Yes.
I feel like there should be some music or something. You add it in post?
We'll do it in post. We'll do it in post. We keep it rolling.
dance to it.
So what we got is this bad boy here. So this is what we're gonna be sipping. Have you ever sipped this before?
No, not that particular peanut butter whiskey. I don't think I've had peanut butter whiskey,
Brother.
per se. I can't think. I've drank a lot of whiskey though.
A lot of whiskey. Yeah, you've been one to put me on to some liqueurs and some beers also.
Just a little bit.
So,
Flavored whiskey is actually very unique. Flavored whiskey was first introduced in 1745 with a very simple mixture of herbs and spices. Flavored whiskey in the United States actually has gained popularity with the first flavored whiskey being Southern Comfort in and around the 1860s to 1870s in New Orleans. Now you could see a variety of flavored whiskeys from apple to cinnamon to peach, you name it, they have it. Peanut butter whiskey is actually very unique in flavor profile, it's very unique in texture, and this particular Skrewball whiskey actually won the 2018 Best Whiskey Award in New York City. So, Jason, I mean...
Dude, I'm telling you, the flavor is very...
Oh my God! Wow!
Being as you're a gentleman that distinct flavor, you know, since we, dabbled in our liqueur, this is something that I know that you enjoy.
I'm excited.
Let me go ahead and just pour some of these as we could casually drink.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show is about. It's about casually drinking. You salivate?
Yeah.
Let's salivate. We're gonna go ahead and get this popping.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your favorite type of whiskey?
Man, I'm pretty straightforward. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I drink, Jameson, Jack, the classics. But I mean, just whiskey in general. I've always had, I guess, a taste for it. You know, when you get older, sometimes you acquire a taste for certain alcohols or beers or whatever. For whatever, I guess something genetically or chemically happens
just
when
clicks.
it clicks.
All right, so let's do this. We're gonna click these glasses.
Yeah,
and
there you
then we're
go.
gonna indulge. That's what we're gonna do.
Salud,
You did the
Salud,
first thing,
brother.
Jason. You actually smelled this. What is the flavor profile that you're actually smelling from? I smell a lot of caramel immediately.
I definitely smell caramel. I think the shortbread, I'm smelling like bakery shortbread in there.
Vanilla, maybe?
Vanilla.
Ooh. It was really good.
Oh.
That is incredibly smooth.
You don't get that agita taste like that.
Exactly.
Smooth,
Smooth, baby.
A little bit of heat as well on the back end of that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of heat there.
Yeah. And speaking of heat, you.
Me?
Yeah.
What I do?
Not that type of heat. But, performing in venues on the indies, summertime.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't miss those.
Big crowds.
Yeah, I don't miss those.
Talking about that, what are some of your most finest moments on the indies, hottest crowds, funnest matches? Let's get into that.
Oh man, off the top of my head, I get this question asked a lot.
Yeah.
I would say Manchester, England was probably the craziest and hottest crowd I've ever been in front of. Me and Santana went over for Fight Club Pro and we did a tag tournament over there. And we weren't supposed to wrestle Lucha Bros, and at the time, we already had a bunch of classics with them kind of already in the making. and already did some. And on a whim, we wrestled them and opened up the tournament, and we weren't supposed to wrestle them. Someone got injured. Long story short, they're like, all right, Lucha Bros versus LAX, and we were still LAX at the time, for the opening of the tournament, and we did, and the crowd was the hottest. It was like Rock versus Austin status.
Dude.
We didn't even have to touch, and the crowd was going insane.
I know. I remember when y'all came back, and that was one of the topics that we was talking about for a hot minute. It was just...
Yeah, Manchester, man, consistently has always been one of the hottest crowds. That English crowd, man, England, woo.
International affairs. These guys got it in.
Yeah.
Yes.
But everything you guys have done, really, and I've had the honor and pleasure of calling matches for you in House of Glory. I mean, the crowds, every time you came out, were absolutely insane. Is there a certain thing that you and Santana do to get that energy to go out there? Anything specific you guys do before the matches?
Honestly, it's the crowd that kind of wakes us up. I mean, sometimes I'll go into matches and I'll be shot. You see me, where I'm drinking like 3 bangs in, and I'm just like shot, didn't sleep all day. But it's the crowd that kind of brings it up. And I think it's just something that kind of happened organically, especially in House of Glory, where the crowd just got behind us. And I mean, it wasn't hard, being that in Queens there's a huge Latino crowd, especially, you know, there's a lot of Puerto Ricans sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was easy. It was just kind of we were the right fit for the crowd.
Yeah, and I mean, also with that fit, I felt like there was no filter. You guys was really just being you.
100%,
you know, turned up to 100. The crowd appreciated. There was so many fun moments. I honestly, I was just like, I hope these guys never leave. You know, but you know, levels to this. Levels to this. So, with that being said, influences, inspiration. How did that develop over the years? Like, who really influenced you, and where did you get your inspiration to go level up?
Honestly, it was a friend. One of my best friends, Joey Resto. Shout out, baby. He'll appreciate that I shout him out, because I rarely talk about him and he gets mad at me. He convinced me to go to wrestling school, man. I was a backyard wrestler. I did it for fun for a really long time.
And where was that at?
Well, in the city. We wrestled in the Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Yes.
We wrestled in Spanish Harlem as well, but for 2KW. But yeah, I had a friend in 2010 or 2011, 2009. I forget the exact time. But he convinced me to go to wrestling school. And honestly, me going to wrestling school, I haven't looked back since. And then I got linked up with Santana, and we used to backyard wrestle with each other. And we both went and trained. Can't even speak English. It's the whiskey. It's the whiskey. we went and trained separately, and then we kind of linked up maybe 2 or 3 years into our career, and here we are, man. Like-minded individuals, just with the same goal in mind to be journeyman wrestlers, like the old school.
We're all 3 here. Same thing.
with what you guys did in Impact, you and Santana, with Lucha Brothers, I mean, you guys were on top of the tag team world, still are. You know, honestly. With what you guys did there, and then you leaving Impact, you guys were the biggest free agents at that time, and tag team wrestling was certainly on the rise. What made you, and I know Stanford was looking at you guys, what made you ultimately choose AEW over going somewhere else?
I mean, there was a lot of factors. One of the biggest things was the work schedule. We both have young children. Honestly, we wanted to raise our children. You hear about old-time wrestlers, like the schedule was so crazy where they didn't raise their children. And that's not something we wanted. And by going to AEW, found a unique way to wrestle for a big wrestling promotion and still be fathers at the same time. And honestly, that was the biggest reasoning behind it. And on top of that, when we heard we were going to be in a stable with Chris Jericho, I mean,
that was it.
Yeah.
How exactly did that come about? Like, what was the one moment that Jericho saw in you guys to say, you know what, I want these guys in the inner circle?
It was doing the first cruise. We did the first Jericho cruise while we were still with Impact, and we wrestled the Young Bucks. We instantly had chemistry with them. We had a great match with them. And honestly, that was Jericho watching us wrestle for the first time. And he was watching us wrestle then, he was like, these kids got something. And
Because I remember all the hearsay. We actually never seen the footage.
We didn't see the footage exists.
It exists. It's a mythical thing.
Yeah, it's a mythical thing.
But
I think Ring of Honor has the rights to it. Yeah.
The thing when you saying want to continue the greatness on your fatherhood. In the last 5 years, what can you say was some of your greatest accomplishments, knowing that fatherhood was one of them?
Definitely. Thank you for checking that box for me, because my girl would
Yes.
kill me if I didn't mention that. Man, definitely signing with AEW was a huge one. Signing with a big promotion, being able to support my family with wrestling. I would say back in Impact, when we started making a living purely off of wrestling, that was a big one. Man, and getting to travel the world. I know that's been on hold because of the pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic.
But man, England, Germany, I've been to in the last 5 years, and it doesn't seem like it because this last year has kind of overshadowed everything.
Slowed time.
Yeah, it slowed down time, and stuff that even happened a year before that kind of feels 10 years away at this point, just because there's so much shit that's happened. But yeah, man, traveling the world, signing with a big company, being able to support my family, those are honestly the biggest accomplishments that I've had so far.
Well, I mean, I've seen it happen. I've seen it blossom. Been there steps of the way.
Yeah.
Every time y'all doing it, I feel like I'm a part of it. It's nothing but respect and
Cheers,
blessings.
sir. Cheers.
What are the next goals?
Man, get better. I think really hone our craft. I think experiment with our characters, with what we do in the ring. We don't want to stay stagnant. We want to keep growing as performers, keep growing as people.
Yes.
And I think by doing it professionally, it does affect our personal life in a way. And I think obviously the more successful we are professionally, things changes for us personally, and I just want to continue going down that route because it's all good, and I want to continue it.
Growth, brother. That's growth.
Yeah.
I know you guys want to win those AEW tag team titles.
Oh,
eventually,
yeah.
Obviously,
Of course.
I mean, is there anybody in AEW right now? And I always speak of AEW's tag team division so highly, the best in the world, bar none.
Hands
Nobody's
down,
better.
hands down, yeah.
Is there anybody in the company right now that you haven't wrestled that you want to wrestle? Tag team wise.
We've dabbled a little bit. We were in a multi-man match, but definitely Top Flight. I only did one sequence with one of the guys, but the little bit of time that we had in the ring with them, the chemistry was there. It felt right. Definitely Jack Evans and Angelico. That's another team I want to get with. But Jack Evans, I was going to say Jack Legends. Jack Evans is a legend in his own right.
In his own right,
Yeah.
yes,
I mean, I grew up watching him, being that smart mark indie kid that will go to these early Ring of Honor shows and stuff like that. So I mean, I've witnessed Jack Evans almost kill himself multiple times. And somehow, it's still rocking and rolling. Yeah.
He's still going.
Yeah.
Still going from all the years.
Yeah.
But listen, it's been a pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers, Critiques and Connoisseurs,
Yes.
AEW.
I'm gonna have to chug this, and you guys are way ahead of me.
Dude,
Hold on,
it's
let's do
so
it right.
good. All right.
And I'm gonna enjoy it.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Ready?
All right, let's
On
do it.
1, 2, 3. Critiques and Connoisseurs.
Ooh.
This one is a wrap. Ortiz,
It's good.
proud and powerful. AEW. Let's keep it going.
Ow!